In the hip-hop scene, friendships can be formed through shared ambition, tested by the spotlight of fame, and ultimately eroded by deeper differences beyond the music itself. The relationship between 50 Cent and Lloyd Banks exemplifies a bond of brotherhood, loyalty, and success, but also highlights two distinct perspectives on what it means to achieve victory. This narrative isn't about dramatic feuds or public betrayals. Rather, it's about the gradual disintegration of a partnership that once seemed unbreakable. To grasp how two individuals from the same neighborhood, who once had a common dream, ended up on different paths, we need to revisit their beginnings in Queens, New York. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story. In the late 1990s, Queens was a hotbed for rap talent. Street corners served as venues for freestyle battles, and local legends emerged from ciphers long before they ever entered a recording studio. Curtis Jackson, known as 50 Cent, was already making a name for himself in the underground scene. His fierce delivery, candid street narratives, and tireless work ethic were earning him recognition among New York's hardcore rap audience. Meanwhile, a young Christopher Charles Lloyd, later known as Lloyd Banks, was developing his skills as a lyricist. Banks wasn't loud or showy. Instead, he was methodical, technical, and deeply focused on wordplay. While 50 was navigating the challenges of getting signed, surviving the streets, and crafting his hustler image, Banks was refining his freestyle abilities and gaining respect from local MCs. The two were aware of each other before they achieved fame, as Queens was small enough that talent couldn't remain hidden for long. Although Banks was younger, 50 recognized his potential early on. Their connection strengthened when 50 Cent and his close friend Tony Yayo formed G-Unit, a rap collective founded on loyalty, raw talent, and a fierce approach to the music industry. Banks joined the group shortly after its inception, bringing a polished lyrical style and a thoughtful perspective to their otherwise hard-hitting music. By the early 2000s, 50 Cent's hard work paid off in ways few could have anticipated. In 2002, he caught the attention of Eminem, who introduced him to Dr. Dre. This collaboration led to one of the most iconic debut albums in hip-hop history, Get Rich or Die Tryin' in 2003. The album was a cultural phenomenon, with tracks like Into Club, Many Men, and 21 Questions dominating the charts. As G-Unit rode the wave of 50's rapid ascent, they became one of the most formidable and respected rap groups in the industry. Lloyd Banks had his standout moment on the remix of Pimp, where his verse was sharp and confident, establishing him as more than just a secondary member of the group. The G-Unit brand skyrocketed in popularity. They were more than just a music group, they became a cultural phenomenon. With streetwear, mixtapes, and music videos constantly in the spotlight, G-Unit was omnipresent. In 2004, at the height of their fame, Lloyd Banks released his first solo album, The Hunger for More, showcasing his ability to succeed independently. The album produced hits like On Fire and Karma, which dominated urban radio and MTV. Banks' success demonstrated that G-Unit was not solely 50 Cent's venture, it was a platform for all its members to shine. However, behind the scenes, tensions were beginning to emerge. 50 Cent had a distinct approach to the industry. He was not just an artist, but also a businessman, expecting those around him to adopt the same mentality. He focused on maximizing momentum by seizing every opportunity, maintaining visibility, and branching out into branding, film, television, and any other ventures that could ensure long-term success. In contrast, Lloyd Banks had a different mindset. He wasn't obsessed with fame or media exposure. He preferred to avoid interviews, keep his personal life private, and only seek the spotlight for his music. This philosophical difference became increasingly evident over time. 50 Cent frequently criticized Banks in public for not promoting himself more aggressively. He felt that Banks was too complacent and quiet, missing chances to enhance his profile. Meanwhile, Banks had no interest in becoming a celebrity businessman. He was a rap purist focused on refining his lyrics rather than pursuing endorsement deals. The conflict reached a peak around 2010 when Banks released his third studio album, The Hunger for More 2, a follow-up to his debut. The album received positive feedback from fans and critics, but when 50 Cent urged Banks to go on a world tour to promote it, Banks refused. To 50, This was unacceptable. Global tours were essential for building wealth, visibility, and legacy. He viewed Banks' refusal as a missed opportunity and a sign that his protege wasn't ready to capitalize on his success. This decision created a divide that never fully healed. By 2014, G-Unit had faced years of internal strife, breakups, and reconciliations. When the group reunited that year, Banks was present physically, but it was evident to observant fans that he wasn't fully committed. While his verses remained sharp, the energy and ambition that characterized the group's early days were lacking. For 50 Cent, this was frustrating. He wanted his team to share his drive and continuously innovate. In contrast, Banks was uninterested in chasing fame or altering his artistry to align with new trends. The reality is that their breakup wasn't triggered by a single disagreement or betrayal. It stemmed from fundamentally different views on success. 50 Cent is an unyielding entrepreneur. Whether it's through music, his popular TV show Power, his ventures into BMF, or his various investments, he thrives on new opportunities and maintaining cultural relevance. He expected that Banks, as part of his close circle, would share the same mindset. However, Banks had a different approach. His satisfaction came from writing lyrics, creating albums, and maintaining a low profile. Unlike many in the rap industry, he wasn't focused on monetizing every aspect of his persona. By 2018, their separation became official. 50 Cent announced on Instagram that Lloyd Banks had departed from G-Unit, implying that Banks was retiring from rap. Fans were taken aback, but Banks quickly clarified on Twitter that he wasn't quitting music, he was simply choosing his own direction. Nonetheless, the tone of 50's announcement indicated that the split wasn't entirely friendly. In subsequent interviews, 50 continued to criticize Banks, claiming he hadn't adapted to the evolving rap scene. He cited Banks' minimal social media presence and reluctance to embrace modern marketing tactics as reasons for his less prominent career. In his usual manner, Banks did not retaliate. He remained silent and concentrated on his music. In 2021 and 2022, he released 2 independent albums, The Course of the Inevitable and its sequel, which were well received by both critics and dedicated hip-hop fans. While they weren't commercial hits, they were respected works that showcased Banks' lyrical skill and consistency. Currently, 50 Cent and Lloyd Banks no longer communicate or collaborate. 50 continues to grow his entertainment empire, balancing music, television, and business ventures. Meanwhile, Banks is committed to his art, largely staying out of the spotlight and avoiding the distractions of industry politics. Their narrative differs from 50's other conflicts with artists like Rick Ross, The Game, or Ja Rule. This situation wasn't about insults or public feuds. It was about a gradual divergence stemming from 2 individuals with entirely different career visions. In the early 2000s, they were like brothers, Queens natives who conquered the rap scene together. However, over time, 50's relentless drive and Banks' quiet commitment to authentic lyricism became incompatible. Ultimately, neither man betrayed the other. They simply found that they could no longer share the same path. 50 Cent struggled to comprehend why someone wouldn't want to excel in every aspect of the industry, while Lloyd Banks couldn't understand why someone would sacrifice personal tranquility for constant ambition. Their separation serves as a reminder that in hip-hop, much like in life, success varies for everyone. For 50 Cent, success involves building an empire, diversifying his ventures, and remaining relevant in public discussions. In contrast, for Lloyd Banks, success is about preserving his artistic integrity, progressing on his own terms, and keeping fame at a distance. Both have remained authentic to themselves, and that may be the only aspect they still share. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.